Welcome back. Heart disease is one of the top threats to women's health. It's the #1 killer of women in the U.S., but women are coming together to fight back and save lives. And joining me now is Chanel Fort from St. Vincent's, and we're going to talk a little bit about this campaign that you guys have in place. Just talk to me about a little bit about Go Red for Women, the Go Red for Women campaign.
Sure. Go Red for Women has been around for the past 10 years. And our goal is to create the awareness of cardiovascular disease and how it affects women. In the past, we've always known it to be, a disease that affects men, but it is the #1 killer of women. In fact, stroke is also #5 killer of women. And in Alabama, we rank #2 in the highest death rate related to cardiovascular disease. So we're more about building the awareness and encouraging people to kind of get out, get involved, and understand the movement so that they can, share with their family, their friends, their loved ones, to help to reduce the cardiovascular disease-related incidences.
And you kind of touched on something that I was going to ask you, talking specifically here in our area, what kind of impact it has on people here in Birmingham.
Absolutely. In Birmingham, the impact that we have is really as a whole, looking at the state of Alabama. We lose 12,600 men and women a year to cardiovascular disease, and that is a huge goal. I'm sorry, not a huge goal, but a huge number.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I think the biggest thing is that we create that awareness and build the momentum. So that way we can, encourage people to get active, get moving, to do the Life Simple 7.
And talking about getting active, you just touched on a really important point. How important it is that people make sure that they incorporate some type of physical activity into their daily routine.
Absolutely. It's important to get 30 minutes of vigorous physical activity daily. Also, one of the things that we should be aware of is our sodium intake. We definitely want to, minimize the amount of sodium that we eat, on a daily basis, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We also want to know our numbers, cholesterol as well as heart rate, as well as blood pressure. Those are things that, will allow us to be, more aware of the signs and symptoms of cardiovascular disease and how we can prevent those incidences.
Absolutely. And then, how can, of course, people go to the luncheon if they do want to go?
Sure. So the luncheon is May 6th this year. It is Friday. It will be from 10:30 until 1.
Perfect.
We are excited that Tracy Moran Adams is our chair this year. She is from Renaissance Bank.
Okay.
Absolutely. And we are nationally sponsored by Macy's and locally sponsored by St. Vincent's. So we will have an amazing luncheon.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I see you're in your red. I'm in my red too.
Right.
It's a great luncheon that people obviously want to make sure that they can attend, if you can attend, Friday, May 6th. Thank you so much for joining us and letting us know about all this.
Hey, no worries. Have a great